Hey, what's up, guys? Morgue time again. Right? It's the second issue of the year. Right? Uh, what's interesting about this is you're gonna see that the theme here. There's a lot of hate in this magazine for our prehistoric invertebrate rivals, the arachnids. Okay, who are now, thank goodness, like really small, but still, the chilling effect it has on this upright primate, it still lingers. We'll go here to Andrea. Right? I'm glad to read these editorials. You've likely learned quite a bit about Andrea Subasati, right? Houseplant enthusiast, craft witch, proud mom to a spoiled Pomeranian, Serbian film apologist. I didn't know any of those things actually. So, and also when it comes to spiders, I respect their game. As a fellow tiny creature who craves being feared, I admire their ability to strike terror in the hearts of beings who could easily crush them whole. But then at the same time, she goes, "But I won't let out a pathetic eek and go running to my partner, my domestic partner, to destroy the thing if I find one in my home." Spider slaying was an early prerequisite in my dating days, disqualifying several otherwise worthy suitors. Oh, aren't you just so desirable? If you would have asked me to do that, I would have laughed in your face and walked out, honey. Now, I also disavow the whole "they're not so bad because they kill other pests" nonsense. Well, it's not nonsense, actually. To put it bluntly, nothing is living in my home rent free unless it's my precious yapping pup, like, who lunges at our interns. Oh, those poor. Can you imagine being her intern? Terrifies the folks who deliver my mail. Yeah. Well, I guess refugees aren't welcome. So, with all the anti-arachnid prejudice and hate that I see throughout this magazine, it's very interesting. Right. Uh, she talks about of course, the film. There are these two films dealing with spiders. Yeah. Oh, now she wants them to stay the fuck out of her home. Well, you apply this to other things, and it makes you a monster. But with her, it's all right. So now I can do the obvious, where it's like, well, these people want these. I mean, these people do. Uh, I'm not saying her, but these people do hate us. They hate the chuds. Right? But it's interesting how they take this sort of interesting thing out on, essentially, like I said, more than even more than prehistoric, a very adaptable predator originally from the ocean, derived from sea scorpions. Now, uh, you know, I see a spider. The very obvious thing, Anja, it's bad luck to kill a spider. Okay, you don't kill a spider; it's bad luck. Okay, maybe you put it outside. I don't want it in my bed, but I don't freak out if I see a spider. So, very simple. And going here, I'm not harassing anyone with the names, all right? But right, Flyboy from Dawn of the Dead passed away in January, and other than this person writing on Facebook, I don't see any mention of it. I'm sure that there's a website for Rue Morgue. I'm sure they mentioned it there, so I'm not making a big deal of it. But there's another death that occurred that I didn't even know about. Right, so much for the internet replacing the news. Was it Suspiria in the German Autumn? This is a weird article somehow linking the Red Army faction came out when Suspiria came out. Of course, Suspiria, Dario Argento's film, took place in Germany. Right? They mentioned the Red Army faction, the bourgeois privileged leftist assassins. Right? They assassinated a bunch of people. They were, and of course they helped. What is it? The Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. Oh, careful. It's funny. With all of the edgy rebels that you have in here, you don't hear a peep about something that's been going on since October. Right? It goes to show you don't mess with real power. You get me, right? So of course, a number of the Red Army faction people were found dead in their cells. Okay, it's like a horror film or something, but claims they committed suicide, but surviving members claim this deaths were covert executions. Well, I mean, hey, if you're gonna do this, you gotta expect that. I mean, don't you want to be a martyr? It's right too. It's debatable who the hero, like Suspiria's ending. It remains debatable who the heroes and villains are. I don't know if you're talking about the remake or the old one, but I don't. There's not really a debate on who the heroes and villains are with the Red Army faction. To me, I don't know. Call me crazy. So, poor Germans, my mother's people, occupied in mind, body, and spirit. So whatever happened to some Stefan Spinella? He's let's see, Ravenous. I never saw Ravenous. I need to see that film. He's gay. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, he's gay. It's bow down and worship. I'm not messing with the guy. I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's no problem. So these are the movies. I really had no interest. I don't like giant spiders. Yeah, but these films. I think of one of them, the spiders are normal size. This French film, there's just a lot of them. They give a very brief history of spiders in horror films. Of course, the giant spiders. Probably the best one was Tarantula. Right. This is one of the best of the era. Yeah, I definitely agree. So, and like I said, anything after the turn of the last millennium, I could care less about. But it's interesting. I just don't really have an interest to. So here's an Australian guy. Of course, they have these big ass spiders. Arkham Reporter mentioned the huge spiders they have in South Africa or in Australia. They have big giant spiders. So I can understand, but it ends with intolerance and hate here, right? I study spiders, so I hate them. They're disgusting serial killers. I hate spiders. They're just predators, dude. Dude. Come on. And I cannot believe how all this shit they talk in Morgue, joking aside. I was gonna be like triggered, but all the shit they talk in Morgue aside, look, they're still gonna have this, right? Look, I'm sure this triggers many people when you see this, but they still have it there. Okay? Something here at paperbacks. I retro paperbacks of old horror films of paperbacks being done now. I thought it was sort of interesting, but when I really think about it, a lot of it is going to be probably changing things to current events a little bit. Right? For example, the My Bloody Valentine, the writer here even says, "I'm reclaiming." They're reclaiming some of the things. They're making the female characters more gutsy, and it's just. Although I give Mike Gold credit to make a novelization of this movie's crazy, dude. Check this movie out. This was it Roma Scavallini. This was a crazy movie. So, all right. Something here. Stop motion. I've tried. Me. I've done stop motion. Not very well. So it seemed interesting, but I know this sounds funny. I like surrealism. I like stop motion, but I don't like surreal stop motion, which is essentially what this seems to be. I just don't have any interest. Like the Tool videos, and there goes the director in the current year. Right? There are a lot of amazing women stop motion filmmakers. Nobody asked him about this. He just brought this up himself. Right? I felt having a female lead made it a bit more fresh and original. Bro, 3/4 of all these horror films being made are all female centric. Okay, and guess what? Most women, don't like horror films. The majority of horror film fans, like other things, are men. But regardless, let's keep moving here. So, Jaws pinball machine game. That's cool. I like pinball. I hear this is an really interesting movie. This I would like to see. Are you kidding me, dude? Never thought this guy was funny, and now it's not a guy anymore. I mean, come on, just stop. Although I will say, as repulsive looking as he is, there's a little too many women that look like this. Okay, who are not older women, by the way. Anyway, so here we got this. Now this is interesting. I'm gonna go over. I don't know. I don't think this is a run-on sentence. I don't know. Arkham Reporter, you're the grammar. You're the more of a writer. But like, I'm just gonna read this, okay? Permit me a preamble. But Barbarian fucking sucks, okay? Barbarian is some horror movie that came out last year. Not just because it's a string of non sequiturs barely held together by "oh shit, that was so crazy" lulls, or due to its embarrassingly race blind portrayal, right? You mean if you're not race blind, then you must be racist, huh? Suburban Detroit is only the whitest kid you would know would come up with, because writer-director Zach Kreger has readily admitted that the seed for his 2022 hit was feminine hypervigilance, of a sort he has no way of accessing, and more unforgivably, right? There's no forgiveness with these people. Right? No interest in exploring or learning about any death beyond its use as misdirection. I just thought that was interesting. Could care less about this film, could care less about Barbarian, but it's interesting. There's a lot is said here, but not, I think, what is intended. Is this? America plunges into another contentious historical presidential election cycle, right? Where his premise is that the United States plagued by civil war because of neo-fascist state run by God-fearing, gun-toting militias. Oh, of course. So yeah, that would absolutely happen. Yeah. It's always like the total opposite of what actually is happening. Yeah. Although apparently, let's see, the what is it? What do they have here? Oh, she doesn't elaborate, but they find boxes of KKK paraphernalia. All right, so you just found a bunch. I mean, listen, it's the KKK. Hey, check in with your federal agent. Thursday. It's like it's a fucking joke. And like I said, most of these films, these modern horror films, they're all female centric. Oh, you don't like women? Love to see women in horror films. Okay, but you're getting the worst of both worlds. Okay. So, well, if you don't want women in your films, you sexist pig, you always have the queer horror, which is all just these dudes. So, yeah, it's just let's get here. This is the sort of meat. This guy is always obsessed with misinformation. Misinformation is the worst thing in the world. The old people that were making jokes were fine, okay? But the new people are just nihilistic, okay? As social media giants have taken actions to undo safety and trust policies, which is to say anonymity and freedom of speech, it's become how easy it is for a misleading post, high-level engagement to supersede the truth. It's funny, there's a lot of posts being shown of stuff happening. Like I said, once again, since October, that's getting no play anywhere. It's interesting. You have to go on these evil other platforms to see what's going on there. So, you know what? It's gonna. I can't get around. It's gonna take two videos. We got a doozy here. Oh,